Hi everybody, it's Marcy, and I've got my completed little purse-size file folder folio to show you, and I've got another one to show you that I made, and I made it a little differently, and I'll tell you about that. But also I want to let you know, be sure to watch the video, because after the flip through, I've got some news that I'm kind of excited to share with you. So, first, the flip through. As you'll recall, or may recall, at the end of my last video, I wasn't super sure that I was super happy with the way the journal was looking. But now that I've got stuff put in it, I'm happier with it. So, I put lace on my spine edge. Here I just cut out a little piece of the scrapbook paper and embossed it to give it a little bit of a sheen and glued that down. And here we've got the notepad, which you'd already, the little matchbook notepad, I just added a little embellishing to that. Here inside this pocket, I had several bits of the scrapbook paper left over that I was using. So where I didn't make actual ephemera but had pockets, I just stuck the leftover bits. I went ahead and rounded the corners. That way the user of the journal could either use them as journaling cards or make something with them. So then we open up. See, now that I don't see as much of that background paper, I'm much happier with the entire thing. So here I just made a little cluster using a button that I got from Maddie at Spectrum Art Creations, and a little bit of lace and a little bit of scrapbook paper, and put that on my corner pocket. And here I made a little tag and another extra piece of that scrapbook paper. Over here in my belly band, I don't know why I've only got one thing there. I thought I had more than one there. But anyway, I did a little stamping on the belly band and just added little tuck things, little bitty journaling cards and a ticket into the belly band. And back here I've got another piece of basically blank journaling card. And like I said, that can be used either so the user can either make their own journaling card or cut it up and use it as a decoration in the journal. Okay, then, well, actually, before I go to the journal, let's flip over to the rest of what you've seen. Here's my little mini faux CD pocket type thing. And I made a tag and put it in there. Made sure that my Santa lined up so it would show through there. And in this pocket, we've got more little bits of scrapbook paper. And then in these two pockets, I just added a little bit of decoration there. I've got another ticket here, piece of scrapbook paper, a little bitty journaling card, added a little piece of scrapbook paper cut out there, a couple of more tickets here, and more little pieces of the scrapbook paper there. So my idea was not to fill this so full. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got it stuffed plenty full, but it's the vast majority of it is stuff for the user of the journal to make the journal their own. So the only completed thing thus far is this tag. And over here on this one, I made another little tag. And this was just a piece of chipboard from K & Company that I also got from Maddie at Spectrum Art Creations. And then that last little remnant of that piece of scrapbook paper. So, I don't know what that's getting caught on. There we go. Then, for the journal that I put in the center of the signature, I used scrapbook paper, and because my paper pad was 6 by 6, I actually needed to attach one piece here to make it 4 by 6, and another piece here to make it 4 by 6. And I did that by attaching them and then sewing down this edge. And here I used another K & Company chipboard piece. And I left the journal it's a naked journal. I used, I believe, 15 pages, so it's a 15 sheets. So it's a 60-page journal. Here, where I was using little bits of scrapbook paper, and again, these were leftover pieces, but I wanted to make page. I wanted to have a couple of scrapbook papers in here, but I didn't want them going through the center of the signature because that would just add bulk. So I used book page on both sides and sewed them on. And you'll see when we get to the other half of the, well, here, I'll just flip back to the, see? And now I've just got book page going through the signature. That isn't the end of that signature. Where's that? It is right there. Okay, but you can see in the center of the signature, I did the same thing. I just cut, this was one 6 by 6 sheet. I cut it in half and just ran the paper strips down, the book page strips, so that I would not have the cardstock going through the center of the signature. Okay, sorry. So blank journal. Here's a little bit of music paper, more writing, more coffee stained, and then the same thing on this side. So very simple journal, but like I said, left plenty of stuff so that the user can pick something out. Maybe they want that right there. Or maybe they just want to write in it. Anyway, so that's that one. And like I said, once I actually had it done and decorated, then I was much happier with the way it looked. So then I made, using the exact same idea and just about the same measurements. It is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, but this time, instead of creating a 3/4 inch spine, I just used the fold of the file folder as my spine. Sorry, couldn't think. And I did add fabric to the inside and outside of that. Then laid it out much the same way, but, so here you can see again, I've got the little matchbook notebook. And I've got the little file pocket here. So I did that exactly the same way. Over here, it begins getting a little different. Here I made a side tuck and just put a little journaling card in it. I put the double pockets here. Okay. And just put, again, little cards that can be journaled. And in the upper pocket, I put just a couple of little tags that could be used. And over here, I did not make another flip out. Instead, with the excess, I made a large corner tuck. So where we had a corner tuck here, I made it a side tuck. And here, I actually used the file folder to make the corner tuck. That way I don't have that other flip out. So in the corner tuck, I've got just a journaling card and then my little bitty faux CD envelope. I've got another little tag. And I made it into the embellishment for the corner tuck. Just glued it right to the top of it. Then the other thing I did a little differently was this journal does not have as many pages. This one only has 12 sheets for 48 pages total, and the only piece of cardstock in it is this one in the center of the signature. And the reason for doing this, and again, let's see. It's a naked journal, but I used a little bit of book page. Here's a book page from A Christmas Story. Another book page, writing papers, copy dyed papers, and then the center of the signature. And the reason I did this one was because I wanted to see how thick it would be. And my plan was to tie a bow like I do on a lot of my journals, which could very easily be done. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm just leaving it, if I can figure out which way I needed it to go, and wrapping it around. And my reason for that is, nope, wrong way, is I wanted to see how thick it would be doing it this way. Because, and what I discovered is this one is just under 3/4 of an inch thick. What that means is I could mail this at a large envelope rate as opposed to having to send it as a parcel. Now, to ensure that it stayed in that, I would probably still pull a couple of pages. Instead of having 12 pages, I'd maybe have only 8 pages, so lose 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, which would make it a 32-page journal instead of a 48-page journal. Just to ensure that it stayed within that 3/4 inch margin. But I thought, if you're mailing one of these as a gift or something, which it could very easily be done, then this would actually save some postage. So I was trying to find a way, sort of, what could I get by with and still mail it at a large envelope rate. No matter what, it's probably going to be too thick. I mean, you'd have to take a lot out to be able to mail it as just a first-class letter rate. But this would just pass for the large envelope rate, which allows for 3/4 of an inch. So anyway, that's the reason I did that. Okay, now, my announcements. Enough of that jibber-jabber. My announcements. My daughter and I should say, have decided to open a Facebook group, and the Facebook group is now up and running. It's called Marcy Davis Junk Journals and Friends. I will have a link in the description box below. I would love for all of you to come and join. When you request to join, you will be asked 3 questions. You must answer all 3 questions to be allowed in. 3 questions. Be sure you count them, 1, 2, 3. Because as I've learned, on some devices, you kind of have to scroll up and down to see all the questions. So if you're not on a desktop, when you're answering the questions, be sure you answer 3 questions. So we've got that going. And in the Facebook group, today is the first day of our first challenge. And the challenge will be in the events tab, and it will be open at noon today. And this challenge is Drinks to Warm You Junk Journal Challenge. So for this challenge, we will be making a junk journal. And the challenge is meant, let me back up. The challenge is not going to have prizes. This is just for fun. Things could change as we go along, but for now we're doing this just for fun. And this was a challenge that my daughter and I wanted to do, and we thought we would invite you all to come join us. So this challenge is really meant to help open up our creativity and think outside the box. So the rules are really pretty simple. You choose a drink that you enjoy that makes you feel warm, and that's to be the theme for your journal. You can make a journal of any size, any style. The only thing is it needs to have a minimum of 48 pages, which is 12 sheets of paper. Using your chosen drink as the inspiration. You can include any embellishments you choose. You can, there are no required embellishments, no required number of things to use. You can use any or all of your tools and supplies in the creation of your journal. Your journal does not have to include actual images of your favorite drink if you don't want it to. Use your drink as the inspiration. So, for example, if your favorite drink was, or warming drink is, say, hot chocolate with a peppermint stick, think about the colors in that. So you've got red, white, you've got the brown of the hot cocoa. Those colors. Think about the way you feel when you're drinking it. Maybe your favorite thing is to curl up under a blanket and drink the hot cocoa with a peppermint stick. Think about that as you're creating your journal. Get creative. We want to see creative. So whatever that favorite drink to warm you means to you, use that as the inspiration for your journal. Just be sure in some way, whether it's through comments or whatever, to let us know what drink you've used for your inspiration. And so you can post your images in the event. If you want to create an album in the main group, you can do that. If you want to make a video of your journal, please do so and feel free to post it in the Facebook group. The most important rule is to have fun and create a journal that you will love. There will be no specific deadline for the challenge. Once I've got mine done, then I may move on to another challenge. I may add events as we go along that you may want to be a part of. I just figure the events will be a good place to keep different ideas going and just get us started and see where this takes us. But we're really excited. Like I said, this was a challenge my daughter and I wanted to do among ourselves, and we decided we wanted to bring you all along for the fun of it. So that's my exciting news. I really hope you'll come and join us. And that's it for now. So until next time, I wish you all a wonderfully happy, crafty day, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.